Hello everybody, you're watching Park Pass. My name is Chris and today I'm going to do Secrets Revealed of New Orleans Square. This is many people's favorite land at Disneyland, and we're going to go into all the history of this amazing land, New Orleans Square. Let's get into it. Coming from the Adventureland side, this is Adventureland. Right here is the treehouse. This is the end right here of Adventureland. You can see this fence right here. This denotes, this is the beginning of New Orleans Square. New Orleans Square goes right over this bridge, past Haunted Mansion, down that way. New Orleans Square is very unique as a land. It is the only land based off of a city. So every other land here in Disneyland is based off of like a movie or just like a fantasy or something like that. But New Orleans is actually based off its city itself, New Orleans. Now this makes it very unique. We don't have like a New York Square, we don't have an LA Square or an Helena Square or like a Des Moines Square. It's New Orleans. Walt Disney loved New Orleans, and it shows here because he helped design this amazing land. New Orleans Square opened on July 24th of 1966. Now when it opened, it didn't have its two signature attractions, the Haunted Mansion or Pirates of the Caribbean. It was just restaurants and shops. You have to look at all the details of the ironwork, the buildings. There's so much to look at. But I want to show you this right over here. Above this building, you're going to see three flags. Let me zoom in on them. You see the French flag, the American flag, and the Spanish flag. The reason you see three flags is New Orleans was under the occupation of all three. First France, then Spain, and then America. Since New Orleans is under all three occupations, they have the three flags honoring that. Now, this is also some like amazing history of New Orleans. Of course, we have like the wrought iron fences, but France really is the one that founded New Orleans. But then the Spanish took it over. When the Spanish had it, there's a massive fire and it burned it down. They rebuilt it. And so when the Spanish rebuilt it, they put these iron fences, and they also wanted the buildings to have these gardens out front to help prevent fires. So, is the New Orleans really more French architecture or Spanish architecture? Kind of leans more towards the Spanish, but it's just associated with the French. Now, if you look at these fences, the ironwork above here, we're going to come right over here. This patio right here was going to be the patio for Roy and Walt Disney. Is going to be an apartment for them. Unfortunately, Walt passed away and never did that, so they never got to complete that. Because of that, they just left it kind of dormant for a while. But you'll notice there is a gold WD and a gold RD for Walt Disney and Roy Disney. That's for Walt Disney right there. And if you look right over here, you can see the RD for Roy Disney. Now, right above, so they don't use this as an apartment, but they do use it for 21 Royal, which is a restaurant, and it's the most expensive restaurant. You have to have a reservation. It's about $15,000 for a party of 12 to eat there for one night. I have a video, I'll link it over there if you want to watch that experience. I didn't pay for it. I was gifted that as a gift to go up there, and Disney allowed me actually to film it, which is unusual. As you walk down the street, you're going to look at these different balconies. Now the balconies, you can kind of tell what the occupation is of the people behind the balconies. Now we do have some Christmas decorations, so it's kind of a lot hard to see, but they have like artists and different sounds playing on these balconies. Right here, this is the Pieces of 8 store. It is the exit to Pirates here in New Orleans Square. And it's my son's very favorite store. He could spend all his time here. And I have to show you the best part is the countertop is an organ. If you look right there, you can see it's an organ. It's a little countertop. It's amazing. And I also love this here. Oh, you can see Jack right back there. But I love this painting of pirates. So awesome. Like I said, this is my son's favorite store. He would never, he could have one sword and then he wanted another sword. He loves the swords. He loves to play with them. We have almost every sword and we have in our house, and he runs around and still loves it. There's like a bubble wand sword, very popular. There's other swords down here, very popular. This is just his jam. Now, as you exit out here, you're going to see the Blue Bayou restaurant. One of the best restaurants. You can get a reservation 60 days in advance, and I highly recommend it. If you can't get a reservation, you can try day of, and they'll put your name on a waiting list. but it is very difficult to get in. So if you're planning to come down, you want to eat here, it's a great place to eat for like birthdays, anniversaries, special occasions. It's a fantastic restaurant. But that's not what's important. What's important is right across is these artists here. And I got to talk to these artists because they are amazing. And they can do character portraits of you or even like a pet. If you bring a pet photo of a pet, they'll even do one for your of your pet. Now remember I told you to look up at the different balconies and patios. You can see kind of what they do, what their occupation is. This one here is a musician. They've got like a sheet music, a music stand. They have different weapons, musical instruments up there. So that way you can see this one here is obviously a musician who lives in this apartment. Now, if you ever come down to New Orleans Square, you have this. These are two of my very favorite cast members. This is Kim and Chi, and you combine them, you get kimchi. And they will draw anything. I've done several videos with them. They'll draw. They're very talented. They're very friendly and very approachable and friendly. But I have to ask you guys a question. I want you to answer honestly. Do you ever feel like super powerful because you get to stand behind these ropes that we can't? Yeah. You're like the power. Yeah. The VIP. Seriously, come say hi to them. All right, now this is what's so interesting. So in New Orleans, down in Louisiana, the humidity is very, very high, and there's a lot of rain. And so what happens is that there's rust. You see the rust there underneath the windows, the rust going down the wall there? That happens naturally in New Orleans, in Louisiana, but here in California, that does not happen. So all that grime and all of that is been painted on by an artist to make it look authentic. Like this, like all the dirting of the walls, it's all fake. Let's see, Kim, I gotta ask you a question.
Yes.
So, you know the walls, they have the fake painted. Do you know the artist who does that?
I do,
oh.
yes.
Don't say the name.
I do.
But you do. So there is an artist that goes in, yeah, isn't that crazy?
He does the rocks, wood, age engrainer.
Age engrainer. It's amazing. I love it. So right next to the Blue Bayou is you have this little door here that says 33. This used to be the entrance to Club 33, a very exclusive club. It's no longer the entrance anymore, but they still kept that little plaque there to denote it. But we're gonna walk over here. Now you have Eudora's Chic Boutique right over here, and Tiana's Gourmet Secrets. This is a really fun store in here, and they sell like beignet powders, they sell all kinds of things here representing Tiana. If you come in here, this is what I recommend the very most, the Bayou Love Potion. This was recommended to me by a cast member, and they said you have to try it, and I got it, and I've loved it, and it is one of the very best things you buy. It's so delicious. Add it to your cooking. This is Tiana's mother's sewing room. It says Eudora's Sewing Room, and you can see this different address here. And if you listen very carefully, you sometimes will hear her talking behind the door. And of course, what do you see on the door? The knocker is a frog because, you know, Princess and the Frog.
Even your favorite spatula. And what exactly do you tell them? That you use everything I sell in my shop?
The speaker is actually the needlepoint right there. Continuing on here to New Orleans Square, you walk back here. We're going to show you some more stores. Some amazing, look at these amazing posters here. This here is La Masquerade d'Orleans. And what you want to notice here for this store is the bonnet. You see the bonnet is actually a light. See a little light fixture inside the bonnet? Well, that's important because if you come right around this corner and you look on the sign, you can see right there on the sign on the wall, it shows a lady that's been a bonnet right there, and you can see her little face there. I love how Disney turned the lamp into that. Now, right back here is in the store. If you look up, for those of you who like the TV show Friends, the girls in their apartment had this very poster. Same poster. Let me see if I get better with this sunlight. There you go. That's the same poster that the girls had in their apartment in New York City. Now, I was telling you about Club 33. This is now the new entrance to Club 33. It's a little thing that you have to scan on that, and if you remember, they will let you in. Now, back here, you're going to see the station for the Disneyland Railroad. And as you come here, some people count this as an attraction for New Orleans Square, and some people don't, because they said that it's a Main Street attraction, where there's a stop over here. And other people are like, no, it's part of it. So if you do count this, then New Orleans Square would have 3 attractions: the Railroad, Haunted Mansion, and Pirates. But if you don't count it, then it only has 2. And once you listen very carefully, you hear some clicking and clacking. It's kind of hard to hear, but this is a telegraph office. In the telegraph office, back in the day, they communicate messages by dots and dashes. And they have a message going, and that message is Walt Disney's opening day speech over and over and over, done in Morse code. Walt Disney loved New Orleans, and when they were designing this land, he would go down there and find knickknacks and look at antique shops to bring things back to put here in New Orleans Square. And I have to show you some of the very best ones he brought back. The fire insurance plaques. As you come along, as you're walking by the Blue Bayou restaurant, you're gonna turn around and you look up here above Eudora's Chic Boutique, and you're gonna see the second fire insurance plaque right there. As you walk past the exit of Pirates Caribbean, and you see Pieces of 8. Turn right here to Pieces of 8. You're going to see the third fire insurance plaque. Tiana's Place. You're going to look right back here past this tree. It's kind of hard to see. There's the other fire plaque. Is that 4, I think? If you turn just right there and go right across, you're going to see the 5th one right up there by the Cafe New Orleans. Cafe Orleans. I can only find 5 of the plaques right now. Maybe one of them's taken down or something like that. So if you can find all 6, let me know. All right, so let me tell you about the fire insurance plaques. I told in the last one I did here, I showed you how Walt Disney went down and he got the plaque and they put it above the fountain, the drinking fountain. Well, back in the day in New Orleans, in Louisiana, they had fire insurance. You buy fire insurance and you put the plaque on your house. And then if there's ever a fire, the firemen would come to your house and they look, if you had that plaque, they would then try to put that fire out as fast as they could. If they ever got to your house though and you didn't have that plaque, they kind of like, well, it didn't really work as hard to try to put that fire out. So there's these different plaques from New Orleans Square. Walt bought 6 of them, and 6 of them are now put up in the buildings here in New Orleans Square for fire insurance. Let me show them to you. And they're up high. Most people don't know, so you have to look for them. I'll try to show you all 6 of them. Let's do this. All right, so the first fire insurance plaque I'm going to show you is right above this lamp right here. That is it right there. There's one right there. The second fire insurance plaque is right over there. Right there. We're walking back here. There's the train station, and the third fire insurance plaque is right there. All right, now we gotta go back this way. All right, there's the 4th one right there. It's right across from Pieces of 8. 4th one right over there. Okay, so number 5 is right outside the Pieces of 8. It's right there. And I have to go back. It's right by Eudora's Chic Boutique. Right there is the 6th. And there you go, the 6 fire plaques of New Orleans Square. Let me show you another souvenir that Walt Disney brought. That's very, very cool. Check this out. This is a drinking fountain. Now behind this drinking fountain is this kind of metal barrier. This is one of the older things at Disneyland. It's estimated between 100 to 150 years old. Not exactly sure how old it is. But this would have been in the back of a fireplace in New Orleans. They would have had this in the back of the fireplace and they decorated it. And they would build fires here up front, and this would be in the backsplash. Walt Disney brought it, and they didn't know what to do with it, so they turned it into backsplash for a drinking fountain. These stores are somewhat unique as they actually rent out the areas. So, like this Pandora rents this out. You'll notice when you go in there, there's always going to be when you go into a store like that, you'll notice that there'll be like some workers there, and they'll be kind of dressed in maybe black or charcoal. Those are Pandora employees, and then the one who handles, and they answer all the questions about the merchandise. And then when you make a transaction, that goes to a Disney employee, the Disneyland employee. They're in like more of the brightly colored things. That's at every one of these stores you go into. Like this is here is the perfumery, where it's the same thing. The ladies who they work for the perfume company, they work dark colors, and the Disneyland employee who handles the money works in the brighter colors. I did a whole video on this particular store. This was Walt Disney's gift to his wife Lily, and she loved the perfume here. If you look in, you can see some of the original mosaic work on the ground. It's amazing. And you can see right there, these are the original mosaic work. So cool. These were hand painted on the glass. These flowers were hand painted on, and this chandelier was brought back from New Orleans as well. And this store was dedicated for Lily. If you've never been to the store, you need to come in. It smells amazing, it's beautiful and wonderful. So if you look at this intricate artwork, it was hand painted by, and this part here is hand painted by Glenda Von Castle. And what makes this so interesting, if you look very carefully, and it's hard to see, you can barely see it. She autographed her name on this, and you can barely see it. It's kind of fading, but there is her name, which is a rarity for Disney. That rarely happens, allowing the artists to have their name on the artwork displayed. Right by, let's see if I can kind of show it right up there. Now, right across from the perfumery, you've got this crystal shop, and they have this really cool thing that's going right now because we're in the holidays. I have to show you this. This is awesome. All right, you come into this crystal shop. This is very limited, and it's only here for the holidays. But you can buy this, see this little tree, okay? You can buy this tree, they'll put it in a box, and then you get to select which ornaments you would like to have in your tree. And these ornaments are handcrafted. You got Peter Pan, there's Mickey, Captain Hook, Stitch, Minnie, there's like Donald, Evil Queen, Dumbo, you got the castle, you got the Disney D, you got Mushu, which is a rarity, Ursula, Pluto, the Sorcerer, Cruella, Jafar, Cheshire, Maleficent, Dalmatian, Olaf, Marie, Tinkerbell, Scrooge, and Goofy. These are awesome, and I'm afraid to touch them. So maybe, is there a way that do you mind showing, like, just showing it so you see like Peter Pan's face on it? Oh my gosh, that's amazing.
We also sell the ornaments for $5.
You could just buy, if you want to just buy just the ornaments, you buy them for $5. Let's see, we got to see Mushu. That's a rarity. That's so crazy. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. When New Orleans Square opened in 1966, that was the year that Walt Disney passed away. There was no attractions. It was just these restaurants and shops. So Walt really never saw it in like this, how beloved of a land this has turned into. Pirates Caribbean, one of the greatest attractions of all time. Haunted Mansion, interestingly enough, the Haunted Mansion, the exterior of the Haunted Mansion was erected in 1963. And it stood vacant like that, just showing the mansion until it was opened in 1969. Now, Walt Disney knew that he wanted some type of haunted attraction, but he wanted the exterior of it to look really clean. And a lot of Imagineers were like, well, let's make it look haunted, dilapidated. And there's like that famous quote where Walt said, "We'll take care of the outside, the ghosts will take care of the inside." So they have the Haunted Mansion. The Haunted Mansion popularity has just soared over the years. It gets more and more popular every single year. And right now, of course, it's done for the holidays. We have the Nightmare Before Christmas overlay. So here's we have the Haunted Mansion. Let me get a better shot of that. Hang on. The Haunted Mansion is just a favorite. People love it. It's amazing. And it opened in 1969. Walt Disney never saw the completed project. In fact, he didn't have really any input on it. This is the very first attraction that they did with zero input from Walt Disney. And because of that, it caused a little bit of analysis paralysis. People didn't know how to proceed without Walt Disney's input. When Disneyland opened in 1955, it cost about $18 million. When they expanded to the very first land, which is New Orleans Square, in 1966, the cost was $18 million. New Orleans Square cost as much as Disneyland cost. And I bet it's worth every penny. It's just this fantastic land. It's the theming, I think, is impeccable here. The plants, the trees, everything about it. Now this used to be a little promenade with a fountain here, and they would just have people coming here for shade. They removed the fountain when they redid the queue for the Haunted Mansion. And they put the fountain over there in front of the Haunted Mansion, but the fountain now is gone. It's no longer here in this particular area. It's like a little park area. This is one of my favorite popcorn carts though, because it's got the Haunted Mansion green on it. Even though it's got the Haunted Mansion green, it still smells delicious. That popcorn's very good. For people who've never been to Walt Disney World Magic Kingdom, a lot of people assume that they would have New Orleans Square there. They don't. They have Liberty Square. It's just about the colonial times. This is the only one that has this New Orleans Square, and it's fantastic. This is the restaurant's been open for a little while now, and it is some of the best food that you can get in Disney. I love this restaurant so much. Just gonna take you in here. It is fantastic, and if you look on the wall here, you can see there's some notes that were given to Tiana, or Tiana wrote to certain people saying thank you for her hard work. There's Tiana and her dad, and then over here you also see her. She's got her recipes on the wall, so you can see her different recipes. That was kind of my fault. Looking at the floor, then looking up, you have that nighttime glow. Now this restaurant's not where you go if you want to get beignets, because this is one of the biggest things for New Orleans Square, it's the beignets. That's right next door. There's right here, it's called the Mint Julep Bar. And that's where you go to get your beignets and mint juleps. And they have like different holidays and different times, they'll have different flavored beignets. But the original is really, really, really hard to beat. It's fantastic. They're waving. There goes our train, guys. Hello, hi everybody. I love the train. There they go. Choo choo. You're gonna wave to everybody. Bye bye. Hi guys. Hey, hi guys. There they go on the train, and it's so fun. And it's this little fun little area. It's just great. I love New Orleans Square. Now there is like a little hotel back here. It's called the Creole Hotel, and you can hear certain sounds coming from it. It's kind of hard to hear though. You hear like little sounds there at that hotel. This is the Mint Julep Bar. It's fantastic. You go in here, get yourself a mint julep, and you know what? Let's do it. All right, we got this mint julep, and they do have like seasonal mint juleps that you can have if you like them, but on a hot day. Oh, and we're classy, so finger out. It's fantastic. All right, so real quickly, I want to talk to you. And I am talking to you right now. I want you to know how unique you are and how special you are. You make the world a better place. You are what makes the world awesome. And if you're going through a rough patch right now, and you're feeling a little sad, or feeling like things aren't going your way, it will get better. That's a promise. You are awesome. You are unique, and you are special. You make the world a better place, and I am talking to you. It's delicious. I'm going to do some other secrets revealed. I got to redo Toontown. Toontown's had a complete remakeover since I did the last video about it. So make sure if you haven't, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. I don't know if you guys know this. We are going to Europe in June of 2026. We're going for a week. And we are taking with us some of our closest friends, and that could be you. We are going to Amsterdam for one day. We're going to Efteling, this amazing theme park in the Netherlands, for 2 days. We're going to go explore Paris for one day, and then we're going to go to Disneyland Paris for 2 days. And we're all sold out. We had 4 people who had bookings who had to drop out for various reasons. So we have 4 spots that are open. If you want to come to us on this amazing tour, there's a link down below. You click that link down below, and you can come on this European tour with PROVOST Park Pass and hang out with us. It's at the lowest prices you'll ever be able to get to go to Disneyland Paris, go to Efteling, see all this stuff. It's absolutely fantastic. I really encourage you to go. This is going to be so much fun. But once these spots are full, then we can't accept any more people because we're going on a big bus and we're going to be going to all these tours, all these things together. So we have a limited number of people to go. We had 4 spots that opened up. So if you would like, when I say 4 spots, I mean 4 rooms. So if you would like to book one of those rooms, you are welcome, and we'd love to have you come. Be sure to do that. Click down below. There's a little bit of mint and lemons in your drink. Hey. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, got a lot more coming on. Also, we have a bunch of PROVOST Park Pass merchandise. Everything's 50% off, and we're selling it until it's gone. Once it's gone, it's gone. So you want a PROVOST Park Pass hoodie, or you want like one of the shirts or those pins or sticker packs, this is your chance to get it at the lowest price. Because once these are gone, they are gone. Hi guys, how are you? So go ahead and be able to do that. All right guys, I think New Orleans is absolutely one of the best lands in all of Disneyland. It's my favorite land, I think. It's really this and Adventureland to go back and forth. What's your favorite land in Disneyland? Or whatever park you prefer to. What's your favorite land? Put it down in the comments down below so I can hear what your favorite land is. And maybe if we get enough votes for that particular land, I'll redo a whole secret reveal of that land. Now, of course, Pirates of the Caribbean is located in New Orleans Square. Pirates of the Caribbean opened up in 1967, and then the Haunted Mansion opened up in 1969. The story of Pirates of the Caribbean, if you guys know the story, is that Walt one day was walking by Adventureland and he heard his mom and son have a conversation. The boy wanted to ride the Jungle Cruise. And the mom's like, no, we rode that last time. And she was going to skip the attraction. That's when Walt realized, I need rewritability where they can rewrite these attractions over and over and over again. And so they designed Pirates of the Caribbean with the idea of like, let's be able to ride it as many times as we can and just enjoy it. And boy, howdy, do they do that. I think it's the most perfect attraction. It just hits so good. It's just like every time you ride it, you see something new. It's amazing. And then, of course, Haunted Mansion is just fundamentally a perfect ride as well. The ride throughput is so good, and the just everything about it is fantastic. The theming's amazing. The music's amazing. So, really, New Orleans Square has some of the best attractions in all of Disneyland. Now I'm going to show you this here. This is Tiana's place right there. And if you notice, it is shaped like a steamboat, just like that one right there. See those little steam puffs coming across the top there? Those crowns? Mark Twain Riverboat. If you look up here, you can see exactly the same thing. That's amazing. New Orleans Square. We love you. Now here's the entrance to Pirates of the Caribbean. It says 35 minutes. It is one of the fastest and most efficient loaders of all attractions. The line might be long, but it always is moving and moving and moving, so it never feels long, which is fantastic. Well guys, I just want you to know how amazing you are. I will see you in the next video. I've got to be doing some Toontown. I've got a lot of stuff coming up here, and just want you to know how amazing you are. Thanks for hanging out with me. If you know some other cool details about New Orleans Square, go ahead and put it down in the comments down below. There's still more to talk about. That land is just jam-packed with facts and trivia. I feel like we barely scratched the surface, but I feel like we need to re-update it because I haven't done a video about this for almost 7 years. And so I love the land, and I love the cast members that work there, and I loved all the thought that goes into that particular land. All right, guys, and if you want to come down here, right now there's a special going on. There's a Black Friday special on tickets. You can get the tickets at lowest prices for the year for Disney or Walt Disney World for 2026. Click the link down below or call 1-855-GETAWAY and tell them Park Pass sent you, and they'll get you the lowest prices. Now also, when you tell them Park Pass sent you, you can say, hey, which hotels have free nights? And they'll give you all these like secret items that you can look into. So you guys are the very best. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye, guys. Have a fantastic day. You're amazing. Field of New Orleans Square. It is such an amazing land. It costs exactly the same as Disneyland. Boop, 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 boop. Hey, and to our patrons, thank you so much. We couldn't do these videos without your amazing support. And if you want to become a Patreon, click the link down below, and you can become a part of this amazing community and get extra videos just for you guys. See you in the next video.